Alabama versus Penn State at Bryant-Denny Stadium on the Tuscaloosa campus on Saturday afternoon.
I feel really, Gus, I feel really badly for our players for coming out of the game the way that we did. I thought we had good effort overall all day. We just didn't play that well. And overall, from an overall standpoint, especially offensively, we had a lot of trouble with their great defense. Here's Chester Braggs. Thought Chester did a real good job. They tried to kick the ball away from Bobby Humphrey with good reason. And Chester Bragg wound up taking most of them and did a real good job on the return. Here's Bo Wright up the middle for a few yards. 5 to 6 yard gain there. We start the ball game off pretty solid. Toss it out here to Bobby Humphrey. Makes a great run because he's a great runner. And have some good blocking up front. Real early, we start off and we play fairly consistently. The first couple of times we have the ball, the first time we have the ball, carry it down and kick the field goal, and then we have a fumble here. This is one of those things that you can't have. They strip the ball. Their defense does a good job of first guys wrapping up, tackling, second guy coming in, stripping the ball, and so forth. But they did a good job. Here's Smith, their fullback. The defense is playing real good right now. And they're a fired-up football team. They came in fired-up football team. That was Dozier, DJ Dozier. I think he is the biggest key. I don't know exactly how many yards he got and so forth, but he is their leading rusher and pass receiver coming into the game. And he was probably still the same at the end of the game. Here's punt return. Thought we had a chance of breaking this. Little Rich, Greg Richardson there, doing a real good job picking up his blockers and breaking it inside and then back outside. Come back in, hand off on off-tackle play to Bo Wright. There's a little screen play to Bobby Humphrey. Have a good block out there by Larry Rose to get it started and break it down the sideline for a nice play. They really did a good job from a defensive standpoint of stopping some of our big plays. And we just couldn't generate the consistency that was necessary to move the ball down the field because of some of the mistakes that we did make. Coaching, a lot of that's due to me. A lot of that's coaching, and you know, when it's coaching, it starts at the top, and because that's my responsibility. I'm responsible for the whole thing, so I have to take a lot of blame myself. But we just weren't consistent enough offensively.
Well, you mentioned earlier the first few times we had the football, it seemed like we moved it a lot better. Defensively, we were a lot
yeah.
tougher.
Early in the game, early in the game, yeah, we did, and then. They just seem to get a little bit harder, tougher on us. You know, they're big. The key to the entire football game, or the key for their football team, they've got big, really fine offensive linemen. They've got big, really fine defensive linemen. I mean, that is, you can talk about the Doziers and the Smiths and all those, and those people are necessary. But to be a great football team, you better have some great linemen on both sides of the football, and they do.
And they're quick.
And they can move. And they can move. They're the fastest. They're the fastest Penn State team that we've played, certainly. And they can move, and their offensive linemen have got real good feet and can move, and their defensive linemen are strong and can move. You know, not to mention that they've got a fine set of linebackers as well, led by Shane Conley. But here's our defense. Our defense plays real hard, and gives us a great effort, I think, the entire game.
That's a great catch.
That's a great catch. See, we had some opportunities to make some plays and to make some big plays. And didn't take advantage of it. Here's Randy Rockle. You do not run a reverse on Randy Rockle.
To Red Bank down Jersey way, it's red, white, and you all across the USA. Barbecues and pancakes, suppers, a red dress on a Saturday night. A real good times in your hometown, a warm place on a cold, cold night. There's a feeling in this country, the real thing's coming through. Coca-Cola Classic, red, white, and blue.
If you had to be reincarnated as a potato chip, would you be the one you're eating right now? Ugly and brown and wearing a boring old bag? Yuck. I'd be a Delta Gold brand potato chip. I'd be light in color, thin and ever so golden. I'd have a taste so pure and fresh, I'd be irresistible. And my package would be ultra chic. But if I were a Delta Gold chip, do you think at parties I'd have to spend all my time with the dips?
Delta Gold brand. You can see how good they taste.
We begin the second quarter of play as Alabama leads Penn State 3-0 at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Well, we don't lead 3-0 very long. Here's DJ Dozier breaking it through on a sprint and draw action against the defense and breaks it up through the middle. They do a good job with the sprint draw and the sprint draw action and the sprint draw pass off of that. But he busted up the middle there for a touchdown, and that's 7-3. Here's finally we get Bobby Humphrey with the football on the kickoff return and does a real fine job here. Brings it out to 30, 29-yard line in real good field position. Here's Doug Allen. Up the middle for 5 or 6. Toss it back to Gene Jelks. See there. Come in with a little play action pass. Real good job by Mike stepping away from a rush. Almost a great catch here by Angelo Stafford.
Concentration.
Almost a great catch there. It was real good concentration on the ball, but it was one of those opportunities that we had that we didn't quite make. They go back on offense. We couldn't quite. We had a little trouble getting to the passer. You know, he had a little bit longer than you'd like the quarterback to have of throwing the football, but they mixing it up real good and having some success on the ground and doing the play action pass, and they just do a good job.
Coach, I think
good gang tackling. I think pretty much all day we had some good gang tackling by our defense and some real good individual efforts.
I think one of the least surprising things that happened yesterday was Penn State came in. They came straight at us. There was nothing fancy.
Well,
you know that you tried.
No,
and,
they don't try to trick you. They they'll run a reverse a couple of different ways and stuff like that. They do the same things that Penn State's been doing for years and years and years. Here's an interception here by their right defensive cornerback. He's one of the few new people on their team from a year ago. There's a screen pass. Here's Cornelius making a real good hit on the tackle there on the screen pass. Get him down. Get him down. But they just did a real good job of mixing it up. Look, what's your offensive lineman? How they move. How they play.
That's the key to it, Coach. Seemed like you mentioned earlier that their linemen are so big, not only big, but they're quick. And
that's right. You know, you try to figure out whether they're a great football team or not. You know, at certain positions, they might not have great players, but they've got real good players at every position. And they do the things that it takes to win ball games week in and week out. And a lot of people criticize their schedule. I don't really see how you can criticize somebody's schedule when all they do is go out and win. You know,
win big, too.
I don't really see that. Here's Gene Jelks. Yeah, hit there by Shane Conlon on Gene Jelks there. I mean, they're playing tough, aggressive. They're hit. We'll pass out to Greg Richardson here for a big third down conversion.
Well, those linebackers close well for them, too. When they catch a pass,
right back. We close out the half there 14-3. You know, we go in at halftime, we've got to regroup. We've got to play a lot better, and I know that. We've got to play a lot better, a lot more aggressive than we did in the first half to have a chance to win. So we go in and try to regroup, but we don't regroup near good enough.
What did you discuss with them at halftime?
Well, those are things, we talk about things in our meetings that we don't talk outside, but generally we just, you know, put a little bit of a challenge to them, try to put a little bit of a challenge to them, be as upfront and as honest as we can with them as far as what happened in the first half and how we have to go about things in the second half to win the game. And, you know, those are, generally speaking, that's basically what you try to talk to them about. If you feel like you're getting beat or you're getting out hit or you're getting out hustled or out effort in the first half, you try to let them know that so we can pick it up. And, but we come out the second half, look here, we're getting after defense. Look here, you're getting 9, 10, 11 jerseys on the ball now. Getting up there, great play right here by Wayne Davis. Really a great play there by Wayne Davis. But come out here early, really fired up, gonna go to work, gonna do something about it. Force them to punt the ball the first time. Here again, we get outside. Get the ball in pretty good field position. Out there at the 40-yard line, 39, offensively. Come up there, pick up a couple of downs on the first play on the run. Their defense just, they were just too much for our offense yesterday.
You think that might have been one of the keys yesterday in the second half as far as our offense not being able to sustain a drive and our defense
sure
on the field?
Sure it is.
A long time.
Sure it is. You know, it's, when you can't generate something and score some points and keep up, you know, any real good football team is going to score points most of the time against any other real good football team. And then any time one that's having a lot of trouble scoring them, that makes it doubly tough on the defensive team. So our defense is still playing very aggressive right here, though. You know, there's real good hitting on DJ Dozier there, getting him out of bounds. Look at all the time he's got to throw here. They're mixing it up, and that's due to the fact that they've got some real good linemen. At the end of the third quarter, 17-3 there. Okay, now we come back on offense. Still no reason to panic. Still no reason to panic. Let's just keep playing. There's a drop ball right out there. It's a third down situation.
We just missed a lot of big plays yesterday. We could have.
Well, we had some opportunities. We had some opportunities,
yeah,
and we didn't take advantage of them. And like I say, that's my fault. We played so poorly. That's my fault. But I feel badly for the players because we put so much into it all year, and then this game. You know, but one game doesn't make a season, and they have to realize that. And
got a long way to go.
We've got a long way to go. We still got the biggest part of our. Here's a little dump pass out to what's this hit right here. He's talking about tough. No, Doug Allen is,
that's good.
Doug Allen is a tough football player. Hand it off to him up the middle. He's a fighter too. He's a winner in every respect. When you blow the whistle, he's ready. That's what a winner is. There's a little flip out to Al Bell, but it's not quite enough to pick up the first down.
Real estate team. This commitment to service in providing good housing is now over 25 years old. Whether it's the most luxurious apartment or the most economical rental housing, let the Seeley Management Team help you find the apartment or house to fit your lifestyle and budget. Seeley Management cares, 1200 Greensboro Avenue.
Friday Lumber is the only name to remember when it comes to all your electrical needs. We're West Alabama's favorite because we have it all.
With the Wonder Stove, Friday Lumber can show you how to get that extra heat this winter without the high cost. One load of logs in a Wonder Stove can provide a steady flow of heat for over 8 hours.
Call us today at 345-3515 and let us show you why you can count on West Alabama's favorite. Friday Lumber Company, just a minute down the Utah Highway.
We begin fourth quarter action at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa between Alabama and Penn State.
Fourth quarter, we've been, all year, we've been fairly much a fourth quarter team, you know, and we didn't rise to the occasion in fourth quarter yesterday. We just weren't up to the task. Here we are, we're still pursuing the football real well defensively and hitting and trying and giving great effort. Here's Cornelius making a good tackle. Force a fumble here. We're still fighting over it underneath. We're still trying to fight and get the football. We get a turnover right here. That's a real good job for a defense. Puts the offense in a real good field position. But here we go. We're going to try a shot here. We have a man open downfield. We can't quite get the protection squared away. Here's a real good shovel pass, real good run by Doug Allen. We had a little bit, I think, on the previous play, we had a penalty. That set us back somewhat too, a holding penalty. But this is a fourth down play here. Fourth down and less than one. And went for it down in plus territory. And they forced the turnover there. And here's their man Schaefer throwing out to the fullback in the flat. Picks it up. We get him down good. He's throwing a screen play. We have him out there and just missed the tackle on it. DJ Dozier, you have to wrap up. On him, then we come up and we get a little bit of addition of a penalty on that thing. Here's a counter sweep. Cornelius reads it well, makes the play, getting other people coming in, hitting, trying to get the ball loose. We're still playing hard. There's Randy Rockle, Wayne Davis, Cornelius. And they're kicking a field goal here, make it 20-3.
Coach, they had a pretty good kicker themselves.
Yeah, he's a real fine kicker. He was one of the big differences last year in the game, I think. He was one of the big differences. We come back, get offensively, we complete the pass, got a nice first down up about midfield. We fumble the ball and turn it over again. You just can't, you know.
Not against Penn State, that's for sure.
You really shouldn't be able to do those against any team.
That's right.
And win. But we just got to work harder. We've just got to put our players through more things and double up if we have to really try to do a better job of coaching and a better job of just drilling them on the importance of it and make sure we practice it. Practice it more in practice. I'm really not sure how we'll practice it more, but we'll find out. We'll just stay out there longer. Nice play here.
Catch.
Nice catch there, getting hit. Greg Richardson. I don't think we came out of the game with any injuries. I saw him in the training room after the game and go in there, tried to go in. Clay Whitehurst, big third down play here. It's a big third down play the last time we had the football right there. Clay Whitehurst is a winner in every respect. And he's a clutch player. He comes through.
He goes for the
You have a lot of winners, Coach. All throughout your team.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't love my team or any of my players any less today than I did the day before yesterday. I really don't. But we've got one of the greatest groups, the greatest group I've ever been around. And I'm awfully proud of the overall year that they've had thus far. And, you know, I think it's going to be important for us all, and especially them, because they're going to have some little setbacks 5, 10, 15 years from now. They're going to have some setbacks in life, and I think they can learn a lot from this right here. And what you learn is you just look at it in a real way and try to learn from your experiences, whether they're good or bad, and that's what we ask our players to do. And how we bounce back is going to tell us a lot about what we're made out of. I know what we're made out of, and I know we'll bounce back because of the type of people that they are.